Come here, Carl. Hello. Welcome to Chicken Happy Hour. It is weekend eve, and Carl and Stella and I hope that you are doing well. I cut up this sock because Stella was cutting up my arm with her tiny, sharp baby toenails, and now she's wanting to set on my hand. So anyway, we're a bit of a mess this afternoon. I kind of decided last minute to do a video because we have got something dark with a hint of mystery. This is I think it's just going to be a cool riff on the Manhattan. If you've ever thought that a Manhattan is just a little on the sweet side for you, then I think you're going to like this because it replaces the sweet vermouth with Amaro, which is an Italian, like an Italian bitters. So anyway, that is what we're doing. One thing I read said it is a brooding counterpart to the Manhattan. So anyway, this drink was created in 2005. Are you leaving? In San Francisco, a bar in San Francisco called, what was it called, Carl? Bourbon and Branch. So anyway, what you need for this drink is rye whiskey. You can also use bourbon, but all the recipes I looked at called for rye. Well, Carl just flew away. I think maybe she's insulted. You also need, like I said, Amaro, and the reason I even knew about this recipe, the Black Manhattan, was in last Sunday's Courier Journal, there was a thing about women in the bourbon business. And it was kind of cool. They had this whole piece in the Sunday paper. But all these women who were involved in some way in the bourbon business, they asked how do you drink bourbon? And so one of them, and I should have looked this up, I don't remember her name, but anyway, she said that that she added Averna. Well, I didn't even know what that was, so I went to the liquor store today, and so this, it's Amaro, but I just got a different brand because I didn't want to pay $45, so this is the $20 version. Plus, I liked the boar's head on the front. So you need that, you need your rye whiskey, you need both just aromatic bitters and orange bitters. So I told you, I guess last week or 2 weeks ago, that we rehomed some of our chickens, like 12 chickens. Well, I forgot that one of them is sitting on a bunch of unfertilized eggs up in the loft. And so she comes down. I don't know if you heard her. She comes down twice a day and just clucks and acts real prima donna, and then she goes back up. But I'm sure she has no idea that her butt is saved because all her compadres got taken up the hill. And she is still here, so she lucked out. All right. So Stella and I have become really good buddies. She is just very sweet. I don't know. Can you see her? Stella. She won't turn her head. She only has eyes for me. You want to go up there? Go on. Go on now, I gotta make this drink. Stella. Stella. Okay. All right. Well, maybe Stella's Carl and just sit in my lap. Okay. So you need a shaker of ice, and it has gotten hot again in Kentucky, so all right, at least get on this arm with the sock. Okay, so I have, I'm sure you will be surprised, doubled the recipe. You want a coupe glass for this, but yeah, you remember last time I was quite disappointed with the size of the drink. Oh, and you need a bourbon cherry for the garnish. Oh my gosh, do you know what I forgot? It is always something. I was so happy this time that I remembered the spoon. What I forgot is any way whatsoever to measure this drink. Okay, well, this is the sign of a good bartender. All right, so we are just gonna eyeball this. I'm trying to think of something I can use. Yeah, there really isn't anything. So I'll tell you what you're supposed to use, Stella. Oh, that is painful. And then I'm just going to eyeball it. So because that's what we're going to do. You need 4 ounces of rye whiskey. Seems like a goodly amount. You need 2 ounces of Amaro, or if you're Italian, Amaro. So half as much. You need 2 dashes of regular bitters. It never wants to come out. I don't know when I do a dash. Carl, get up here. Do you hear the duck? Our neighbors have a couple of ducks, and sometimes they just, without warning, just go off. It's great. All right, and so we're not going to shake that. We are just going to stir this. So yeah, Carl just flew away and is down there sitting in the shade while I'm sitting here with a pigeon on my arm. Oh, there we go. Oh my gosh, do you see? So this is yeah, well, I have a sock on. Well, I'm wearing a sock on my arm. All right. And now we are going to just strain. You want to just strain that. Oh, that is a beautiful color. And do you see why? Do you understand why I double? I mean, if I hadn't done that, it would have been like, meh. No, nobody wants that. Who wants to fool with that? That's not worth bringing all this stuff up here. Carl. Well, I don't know what to think about Carl. All right, and then you want to put your cherry in that. Come here, Carl. Oh, she is. I think Carl's a little upset with the whole thing. All right, a black Manhattan. Oh, I like it. Yes. No, I really do. It's just a little. I do that every first drink of whiskey or bourbon. It's just a little, the first drink can just be a tiny bit obnoxious. Carl, come here. Carl. I think Carl maybe hasn't laid an egg today, and that's our problem. So yeah, I get the brooding, something dark, a little mystery is this. That is interesting, and it makes it a neat color, a little darker than just regular rye. Yeah, I like that a whole lot. It's a sipper. Just like the drink we had the other day, it is, it is a whiskey and a liqueur, or this is an Italian liqueur. I thought this was, it says the Tuscan woods have their own sovereign, the wild boar. This is a liqueur made from the infusion of herbal plants growing in the Tuscan woods. Should be served with ice and soda or on its own with a piece of lemon. Made from natural ingredients. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know. So anyway, that, I really like that. And it's cool to think that could just be by itself over ice. It's I read somewhere it's a digestif, which is the same thing as an aperitif. One's before and one's after. Can you see this? That is crazy. I need a sock that goes all the way up, Stella. All right. Well, let's see. We've got 2 pigeon eggs, but they are in the very inconvenient location that I showed you last time. I can't remember if there were any eggs when I showed you where they were sitting last time, but it's on top of the wire that's over the pin inside. So, I don't know. We'll see. I've marked it on the calendar, and we'll see what happens in 17, 18 days. But I'm thinking those eggs are not going to be viable because they are not on a surface, like there's just air. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how that's going to work. All right, but let's go in. Let me put this back on. I really recommend this. I mean, if you like whiskey or bourbon, you could do either one. And if the Manhattan is a little sweet, because sweet vermouth can be, that's what it is. It's sweet. So this is just a little, I don't know, it's a spicier kind of, I want to say a darker version of that, which it's called the Black Manhattan. So, and it is a really pretty color. This would be a good Halloween cocktail, I'm thinking. All right, let me get the phone, get Stella, and we'll go inside real quick and wrap this up. Oh my gosh, my phone is so hot. So I'll show you where everybody went. And this is the lucky little, I call her broody mama because she goes broody every other day. She's the one that has the nest. Carl, what are you doing, Carl? Did you get angry? Carl. Huh? Carl. I still love you, Carl. Oh. Oh. Yeah, I think Carl's a little upset with us. All right. Look who's over here looking all smug. Come here. Look at that sweetness. Oh, Carl. Oh, good grief. I gotta do some damage control after this video. All right. Oh. Okay. Here are the other two that I show you every time. There's one of the quail. Okay. Stella. Stella just is not interested in getting off my hand, and I can't close the door. Okay, hold on. Oh, goodness. Oh, and here are the pea chicks. So I'm thinking, and this might be a video, I am going to have to take one of these pea chicks to the vet. Stella. And I'll show you why, because she's laying it out here for us. One of them, her foot. Do you see that? Sorry about all the crap everywhere, but so this is the one we think is the female, but look at her little foot. And she's all limpy. So what is going to have to happen is it needs a splint. 2 of her 3 toes needs a splint, and I don't know how to do that. First of all, she's wild, so it's going to be crazy time lemonade. So if we do that, when we do that, because it needs to be done, I will video it. So here's what I was talking about, where this, well, what are you doing? Where these moron doves have built a nest. And not only is it on wire, but, you know, the eggs are right there. Hello. So it's not going to be, it's not good. Not a good situation. But anyway, that's where we are with that. And these guys, the babies, spent all yesterday outside. I mean, in this outer part with everybody else, and all night. So that's good. They're, you know, I'm not keeping them cooped up in that, but I worry, like, when I did put them back in that area this morning, they were, like, starving. So I don't think they've figured out yet where everything is. And so I'm kind of going back and forth right now. So I'll give you a shot of the emus here, and then I recommend this cocktail. Good stuff. Have a great weekend. We'll probably do another video on Sunday. I'm thinking vodka, right? So, yeah, thanks for joining. Carl, are you mad? Yeah? I don't know. She's still thinking about it. There's the emus. All right, thanks again for joining.